ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit.
Don't forget Multiplicity. If you haven't seen Multiplicity, you gotta go watch that movie. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Transformers action figure review on the Transformers The Last Night Movies Premiere Edition Deluxe Class Steelbane. If you're trying to get your Transformers figures, you can get them at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
This guy looks cool. I don't know much about him, but just from looking at the figure while inside the packaging and this shot right over to here, I mean, man, this looks like a very cool character and a very cool figure. On the side, you can see a nice Autobot symbol, and on the very back, you can see the modes right over there, and then you can see the other figures from this wave. Then on the side, you can see Steelbane, and then it says Steelbane, Knight of Cybertron. And then on the top, you get some Autobots, and there's not much more at the bottom. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here is Steelbane out of the packaging. And I have to say, I really like this figure, but almost as much as I dislike this figure. I think this design is really cool. I really like this dragon mode, and I really like the paint apps on the figure too. We get some really nice sculpted detail on the wings over here. We get this beautiful wash throughout. I like the head sculpt, but there are aspects of the figure that really bother me. Number one, being the floppy joints. Man, this figure is super floppy. So yeah, get your floor polish ready or your super glue or whatever you do to tighten up your joints, because yeah, the joints on this are extremely loose. But anyway, let's get a closer look. So here's looking at the dragon head sculpt for Steelbane, and I really like this a lot. I especially dig this metallic teal color that we're getting right over there. He does have red eyes, even though the packaging indicates he is an Autobot. And then he's got some nice horns right over there. Nice gunmetal color head right down there, and jaw. And looking right there at the horns, you can articulate these, move these up and down. You can see that he has some teeth right here, and then a red tongue painted underneath, and he has some more teeth right down here. I did get a tiny little bit of scuffage in this teal paint right above his eye on the left side, but not on the right side. So, you know, it's probably not all bad, but yep. There that goes. I don't like the foot placement on this figure. I just want to pop these off and put them aside, but at the same time I don't really want to. You just really can't avoid it. The feet are there, so that bothers me. But what I love about this figure is this beige wash that we're getting over the light gray. I think that looks awesome. I'm very pleased to see that. I think that looks great. And looking at the rest of the figure right here, I mean, again, you can see it's just a very floppy piece. As I zoom out over here, you can just see how floppy these wings are. And then you can splay the wings out like so. So I think that looks pretty cool. I will use some super glue because my floor polish didn't work last time I tried to tighten up a joint. So yeah, you can see how loose that is. What I'd done earlier at just in the last segment of this video was I think I had the legs pointed this way or something. I did something kind of silly like that, which didn't really look right. So yeah, at some point in this video, I will try to tighten up those joints. That really, oh man, nothing gets worse than that as far as floppy joints goes. Oh, you could see some serial number right over there. And then on the side, you can see, you know, the shoulders for his robot mode. They look really good. I like that. And he has these but dragon legs right there. Nice toes right there. I really like that. Nice metallic gunmetal shininess going on. And then we get another foot. I just really wish they could have done something about these feet. That really bothers me a lot. And the tail looks fairly cool, you know, not too bad right there. And then you do have his sword kind of filling out the figure, because there is some wicked gappage right over here, so that really does help a lot with that. The sword does look pretty nice. We'll look at that more later on, but yeah, that's pretty much the whole dragon mode. And then for articulation, you actually get quite a bit, but again, loose joints on this guy. Oh, that is terrible. So you can move the head up and down right here at the base of the neck, and you can rotate right over here. This is basically a leg joint, you know, of course. And then you do get some bending motion right here, and then it will move back all the way up that far. You can bend right there, and you can move the head down and turn the head side to side right here, and it kind of pivots just a little bit, and you will be able to swivel this side to side right over there as well. So there is quite a bit of articulation. It kind of looks weird. You don't want it to look too jagged or rigid anyway. You also get the arms, you know, they're on ball joints, so you can move them outward and they will move downward, and you can move them forward and back right here at the shoulder. Then he does have elbows that bend in that much, and then you can't move these paws or anything like the paws, you know, his claws or his feet anyway. You can't bend those in. And then the wings, of course, they can be splayed out that far, or you can bend them in that much, and then you can also rotate this piece or swivel this piece in and out right there in the midsection. And then as far as legs goes, you can move his legs outward, forward, and outward this way as well, and he will bend at the leg or the knee right here, and then you can move this foot in and out that much, and you can swivel right there, and you cannot swivel at the knee at all. And then the tail is on the same kind of ball joint as the neck, so again, very, I don't know, not as loose, but still pretty loose right here. So you can rotate right here, you can rotate right over here, you can turn it side to side, and then this hinges up and down right here at the very end as well with the foot. Shoot, yeah, see, doesn't it look better if it's just popped off? Not that much better. You just have this weird ball thingy sitting there now, so yeah, a bit frustrating. So to measure out the length of this figure, you can see from nose to tail, Steelbane's at about 11 inches across. And then measuring the wingspan over here, I'm looking at about 12 inches. And for a size comparison, here's our Deluxe Class Steelbane next to Deluxe Class Barricade from the last night, and you can see, I mean, you know, for two Deluxe figures, they're more or less the same size, right? We'll scooch it right into his frame, yeah. So, I really wish we can get a Voyager Class version of this Steelbane right over here, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump into transformation. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? Now, sometimes it takes a minute for Bumblebee to get ready to go because he's so old. Come on, Bumblebee. So I just hit this button over and over again until eventually it starts making the sound. There it goes. See? Isn't that crazy? Okay, so once again, take us away, Bumblebee! Ooh, that was a little rusty, Bumblebee. So first off, you want to take the sword out from the back right over here, and you can remove that. You can see there's a tab right here. It doesn't tab into this first slot, it tabs into that second thinner slot right over there. And then I like to get these wings out of the way, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way right here and move this down. So this is going to be the chest of the figure, and then we're going to hinge this up right here and then go ahead and spin that around. That's going to be an arm, or a leg anyway, sorry, and we're going to smoosh that down right there. Come on. And then we're also going to take this leg and we're going to turn this around. Sorry, I'm getting kind of fidgety right here, but this rotates around and then this comes through and they connect right there at the crouch. And then you can see that we're going to take the face and go ahead and smoosh right in there. Oops, actually you want to rotate the head over here and move the head facing downward like that. Sorry. And then move this foot down like so and take the tail end. This figure's so floppy, man. It's tricky to do. But yeah, take this foot and move it right in there like so. I like taking these horns and moving them all the way up. I don't know, I feel like that hides things just a little better. And then we have the arms right here on the side, and we're going to actually shift this all downward so that we can make space for the head. Come on, there it goes. Shifts straight down, and then get this wrapped around like so, and then flip those feet back, turn his arm around, flip the foot back right over there, and wow, this thing is so floppy. And then take the wings, and you can kind of display this any way you like, but for the most part, we now have Steelbane in his robot mode, and this looks great, especially after I tightened up the ball joints right over here on the wings and the legs. I just couldn't get this guy posed the way I wanted him to with those really stiff joints. I used some super glue, put him on the ball joints, and as it was drying, just kept moving the joint around so it would not get stuck. So yeah, that's worked out fairly well for me. Do that at your own risk. Any kids trying to do that, make sure there's a parent around, because yeah, super glue, you don't want to mess with that stuff or be clumsy with it or anything. You just want to be very careful. But anyway, I do like this figure's robot mode so much more than the dragon mode. It's just really cool looking to me. I don't know if he splays his wings out like this when he's in robot mode in the movie. Haven't seen the movie yet, but I think it looks really awesome like this. So let's get a closer look. So here's looking at Steelbane's sword, and I think it's only okay. I mean, I like this fake rusted kind of look. look. I think that's kind of neat, but it doesn't really look natural. I mean, it does kind of look a bit phony, right? Almost looks like some kind of, I don't know, Cybertronian writing, even though I know it's not. I know it's not, but it looks like it could be writing from some kind of alien or something. It's all jagged on the edges over here. But when we look at the packaging, you can see the sword looks very different. You know, it doesn't really look like the same sword, even the blade itself right here. So I kind of would prefer to see what we're actually seeing on the package right there. I mean, Steelbane does look really cool, but yeah, he can hold this okay. So you can have him hold it in his right hand or in his left hand. Either way, it works out fine. As far as storage goes, I didn't actually try storing it, but I believe you can port it right here on the back. Now, the only space I'm really seeing here for storage is right in between right here. So, yeah, if you wanted to do that, but then you don't want this to get undone on you. So, yeah, not seeing any real storage for the sword, but hey, it looks cool enough where I want him holding it. So here's looking at the helmet sculpt or head sculpt of Steelbane, and I think it looks pretty cool. I do notice that his eyes are painted metallic blue like the rest of his face right over here in the center. If they're going to paint the eye colors wrong, or if they're going to paint him red, I feel like this would look actually a little bit better, make the eyes stand out a little bit more. But, you know, him being an Autobot, you know, he's supposed to have blue eyes, right? So, anyway, looking at the helmet right there, it does look very cool. And again, I'm really liking that teal metallic color right there. As I turn the head around, you can see we have white paint right over here for the crest of his helmet. And then turning this full 360, you can see the back of the helmet right there. As far as paint apps go, man, I gotta say, I just absolutely love this beige wash over the figure. That looks great to me. I'm very pleased with that. And again, we get more metallic teal, but I really think that makes the sculpt pop. I really like how the chest looks on this figure. That looks great. Very pleased with that. Nice details in there. Great paint apps. Very, very happy with that. A little bit more of this beige wash right over here. Get some little sculpted details in the forearms. The hands don't look too bad. And here's the little skirt, this little chainmail piece right here. We get some nice bright silver. So yeah, we can get some nice silver dry brushing right over here. And you know I love the silver dry brushing. And then the other forearm looks pretty good. And then the legs look pretty solid too. I mean, man, I'm very pleased with that wash. I don't see how you can not like that. I just think that looks awesome. I'm really digging it. And I think this is a fairly new thing to see on my Transformers figures too. I'm not used to seeing that much wash paint on a Transformer. So, very pleased with that. Then he has some nice looking toes right over there. We get some nice gunmetal paint over, or it's actually the whole thing right here is made with this gunmetal type plastic. So I think that's pretty sweet. And then looking at the back of this figure, it's not really the highlight of the figure, looking at the back of it, aside from the joints and everything, you know, that I've already complained about. But yeah, you can see how he's very gappy and kind of empty looking in the very back right over there. But he does have his wings to kind of hide that stuff if you don't like it. Then again, looking at the wings, I really like how the wings came out. Very pleased with these. They're pretty sweet, man. Now for articulation, I'm not going to get into the wings again. I already talked about that, but yeah, you can shift them both up and down like so right here while he's in his robot mode, and you can move them all the way outward. So I am getting into the wings. Okay, I lied. So yeah, there you go. You can still move these pieces in and out right here. Yeah, having the super glue right over there really did help, or else they would just droop down. Anyway, the head joint can move 360. It's on a ball joint right there. You can get some pivot, and he'll look up just a tad and barely look down some too. His shoulder joints can move outward that much without falling down, and he also has the shoulder pads that can swivel up and down too. You could rotate these 360. Then he also has a bicep swivel right here, or an above the elbow swivel. Whoop, that just popped off for the first time on me. But you can rotate that, I guess, inward but not outward, or else it'll pop off on you. So there you go. You do get a nice single jointed elbow that bends in all the way. That's very cool. And you do get wrist rotation right here. No torso or waist articulation, and this part comes very loose on me every time. This is the piece that slides down, and I wish there was something to tab that into place so that it would stop shifting up on me. That's a little frustrating. Also, a fake joint right here is due to the transformation. You can, you know, make his shoulders move inward a little bit more, as if he has butterfly joints in the shoulders, but, you know, it's only due to transformation. It kind of looks a little bit weird sometimes when you move those in and out like that. Anyway, the hips can move outward that far, and he will kick forward really high, so you get a wicked high kick right there and back. He also has a thigh swivel right here, and then this whole crotch piece does come apart fairly easy. and you can swivel right here at the knee. Then he does bend in at the knee that much on that leg, and then same thing on this one, so that's cool that they're the same. And then you also get good ankle articulation where you can move the ankles down and up and rotate side to side, and he has a little bit of ankle pivot, yay! Now to measure out this Steelbane figure in his robot mode, you can see to the top of his head, he's just a little over 5 inches tall, but to the top of those claws right over there, you're looking at just under 6.5 inches. And then comparing Steelbane to another deluxe class figure in robot mode, we have our new Bumblebee repainted from the Age of Extinction version, and you can see how much shorter this Steelbane is next to Bumblebee. Oh man, I'd really like to see a Voyager class, or maybe a Leader class version of Steelbane. And then comparing Steelbane to a couple other Last Night movie figures, but with original molds, and get these up here. Optimus, what are you doing? We have Optimus Prime right over there, and then we have Squeaks. And one thing I did not mention in my Squeaks review is that you can port this gun directly into the arm right there. I failed to show that off in that video, but yep, there you go. Oh, come on, there you go, Squeaks. And then here's Steelbane next to the Marvel Legends Big Time No Letdown Spider-Man. So I have mixed feelings about this figure, man. I mean, there's some things that I really like about it. I like this wash. I really like the paint apps. I like the design of the character. I think it's a very cool looking character. I mean, when I see him in robot mode like this, I'm like, yes, this is a good piece. I gotta squeeze that in. But I do have frustrations with it as well. Of course, those loose joints. Whenever I have to modify something like tightening the joints like that, it takes points away from me. The transformation I feel like is a bit sloppy. Things do come apart a bit easy. So, like, look at this right here. Ah, man, yeah. So there are some things that really irritate me with it, but for the most part, I do like it. I would really like to see a larger scaled version of this. But anyway, you know, again, I can't highly recommend it, man, but it does look cool. So, you know, use your own judgment. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you'd like, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I review all kinds of other stuff aside from Transformers, a lot of Marvel stuff and DC stuff, some Star Wars here and there, you know, so hit that subscribe button if you like my videos. If you're already subscribed and you have not hit the notification bell, please go ahead and do so you know immediately when the next Shartimus Prime video is posted. And I have to give a big, enormous thank you to all these people for keeping this Shartimus Prime YouTube channel going while YouTube is in crisis. Your guys' support is much needed and very much appreciated. Plus, I do giveaways for my patrons as well. And if you want to see a photo gallery of images, they'll be up at ShartimusPrime.net shortly. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Was shot in your face. I said was shot in your face. I said was shot in your face. I said was shot.